Oh, I don't know. Now, don't go stupid. Just getting burnt out, really. Literally burnt out. And you need to keep stuff like this on the van. It's essential. The amount of times this has got me out of jail as well. Yeah, and that's your fault. It's not what I asked, and that's not what I want. Yo, morning. So today we are back at the landscaping job and we've got loads and loads of stuff to sort out. So Sean is just at the top prepping for some grouting. So first things first, I need to get the rest of the enclosures all gelled up because I ran out of gel yesterday and I found some because I did say I think I've got some more at home, but unfortunately that is all I've got. So I'm going to quickly run through that, how to gel them up, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these to do, so I better get on with it because they want to crack on. And then following that, over in this corner, we have got to sort out all the power for over here. So we've got the fuse board to mount in there, the consumer unit to mount inside the enclosure, start looking at getting all of the armoured all terminated. And it's also boiling, absolutely boiling. So first things first, let's get mixing. Because it's absolutely roasting, this will not take long to go off at all. I think yesterday I did 4, and then by the time I got to the end, it was already starting to go off. So we haven't got much time to muck about with. So one thing I forgot to do yesterday is I'll keep the stirrer with me. So I'm going to go up to the top and do this one because this is where Sean's working and he wants to get this one done and dusted pretty quick. They're not being buried as yet. Ooh, can have a wet knee. Oh, Shawnee.
Oh shit, I didn't see that.
Shawnee's wet it. So that needs drying out, that's wet.
You can,
This guy here, he's gone rogue. Right, anyway.
What happens when a spark is too slow?
Right, I haven't got time to wait, mate. You have to come back to that one, I have to dry that out. So I've got to do this one. Oh, I don't know. The joys, eh? You just...
Filming, otherwise we'd have reacted slightly differently.
Oh, this couldn't get any worse. Look how it's gone off already. What?
Didn't you only literally just mix that up, like seconds ago?
Yeah, and that's your fault.
That's my fault.
You can't make that up. Yeah, Joe's working. It's probably past its prime.
Is it?
No.
Is it dodgy stuff?
No, it was new.
Brand new out your...
Brand new out the shed.
out the shed.
That it's been there for 20 minutes. Oh. So, I might as well dry that other one out before it mixes it out. So if you're new to the channel and you want to follow more stupid behaviour like this, then make sure you subscribe to the channel because it's where we do more crazy stuff like this, waste money and time. Do you know what? I think it'll be all right. I'm sure I'll get him back. Might chip a tile or something like that for him. It's,
Another one?
Whoa, whoa. It's not guilty. I'm not guilty. I have not chipped a tile at all. So, because it's so hot as well, it will dry out pretty quick, that thing. But man, that went off quick. Really quick. Stupid quick. So I'll go to the van now and get some blue roll. And you can see the state of my van as well. The van is in absolute disgrace because we're trying to finish off a load of massive projects, right? And yeah, this is the state of the van. So we're gonna just put that there. Looks nice and safe there. Things. Right, today's sponsor is Tradeify. For those of you who don't know what Tradeify is a job management software. So I'm going to explain a little bit more before you switch off. I'm going to explain a little bit more. So how many jobs have you had where you've gone out to and they've already said, oh, the guy, the previous electrician, the previous builder just wrote it down on a scrap piece of paper with Tradeify? That does not happen. So it's more professional. You'll send your quotes out. You can also see when the customer has opened that quote, so you know they've received it. You can also react to them then saying, hey, I've noticed that you've seen the quote. What are your thoughts? the conversion rate for us has gone through the roof by using Tradeify, and it doesn't matter whether it's a small job or a big job, it's just such a game changer, and they are constantly adapting to make it a better system for us guys, the tradies, and also the end user, which ultimately is the people that pay your bills. So if that sounds like a bit of you want to get involved in that like we did, there's a 14-day free trial. I'll put it in the link in the description below. It is completely and utterly free. I cannot stress that enough. And then if you like it after that, use the promo code GHawk30. You'll get 30% off for the next 3 months, and just sit back and watch how much more profit you make. So I might as well dry that out, get that all done and dusted, because obviously Sean has soaked it. And then it wouldn't be very good to gel it if I can get the gel to work. Oh, right, 2 seconds and I'll be back. Cheers, mate.
Got a big hairdryer.
I like it. Oh, she looks clean in there. She looks clean. I like it, Sean. Lovely, lovely. Who needs blue roll when you've got a Sean, eh? Exactly. Right, so we're going to take 2 on this. Oh, I need to be quicker. That's the end. That's right. So we're doing a 50-50 mix, and then I'm going to run. Okay. I feel like I've let myself down. I feel like I've let you down at home. But here we are. Right, go. Run. Go, go, go.
Run, Mikey.
Run. Oh, she's starting to go off. Come on, come on, we can do this. Come on, come on. Oh, oh, come on. We could just be friends. Yeah, I think that's poured in there, lovely. Oh, come on. Oh. I failed the mission. It's gone off. Oh. I ain't got time to record this. I've got 1.5 done. Day 362. Trying to gel these connections. Now don't go stupid. Let's just go little. Let's go little. Let's go little. And go. Run. That's a good start, good start. Back again. Bosh. Right, first time, smash that. First run, easy, completed it. Okay, so they're all gelled up now, and they've probably gone off already. They're looking at the state of that. So the reason why we gel them on top of everything else, because obviously those whisker boxes are IP67, I think they are. So it's fine. It's just that we want to sort of belt and brace everything and make sure everything's all absolutely spot on, because they will get buried. At the minute, they're all sitting on the top of the surface because there's a load of trees and stuff like that are all going to be buried, planted, is the right word, that are going to be dotted around. There's a proper planting design that's going on here. So what we want to do is get everything energised and get it all in place, and then the clients can dot them around and then bury them once and for all. But the way we've done it, so as you're looking down, So these two will come on together, the next two will come on together, and the far two will come on together. And then we've got one in the centre, just here. And then there's one, I think it might be a maple tree at the top, where Sean and Lou are. They will all be switched independently. And now, as an addition, if you hadn't seen the previous video, the addition, we've got two more double sockets down here, so one this end, one that end, that I did this morning. Got those in, they weren't on the original plan. But in this video, we're just going to make sure we try and sort out all this area here. So all our feeds come back to here, so they're all in this bit, and then it's all basically got to make it all good going into here. So we've got the board that we're using, we've got a little 4-way fuse box board that we're going to mount up in here, and then inside this bit, in this section, we're going to have a load of the wireless switching. So I haven't actually made up my mind completely on which switching gear I'm going to be using, whether I use Shelly or I use Kinetic. So the only difficulty I've got with the Shelly stuff at the minute is the Wi-Fi. It's saying I've got good Wi-Fi to here, but I'm not entirely convinced that it is strong enough. Now, I can run a hardline data all the way back to the house, which is obviously all the way up there, but it is a bit of a job, in fairness, to do that. So I don't know at the minute. So first things first, it is absolutely boiling. I think it's supposed to be at 33 degrees today, and I'm literally in direct sunlight, so I am melting. So the old Aussie hat might be coming out in a bit, the old lifeguard special. Yeah, so let's get that mounted up. So this is the setup for today. It is absolutely roasting, as you can see. So I got sent out this fan by Lucico, so thank you very much. And hopefully that will keep me nice and cool. But it's fully rechargeable. It's not a paid promotion by them. But, you know, thank you very much. And it keeps me somewhat cool, or just moving the hot air towards me. So you decide. So first things first, I'm going to start getting on with getting my mains in. So we're going to run the 6mm 3-core armour in, which is all the way back down there at the minute, and then I've got to get it into the house, which is going to be an absolute pig. But fun things first. So we're going to get all these untied, get the 6mm in, and then the idea is at the bottom here, we're going to be getting all our armours buzzed in across here. Now there's a little pencil mark there, which is where the bottom of the consumer unit comes to. So what I'm going to need to do is put a timber in between here, and then one going back that way, and then that will catch all those other bits as well. So what I'll do is I'll get these drilled out, and then we'll jump back in. So the armour in as well, so we are using storm glands for this. So this is for all the 1.5mm and 2.5mm, which is a 20S. So the storm glands are, in my eyes, a premium weatherproof gland, nice and easy to install, and that's what we've got, a high spec all the way through the entire build. So this is where we're at right now. So we've got our storm gland all glanded in basically, and we've got our banjo on. Now what I'm going to do is bend these up, because I want to continue the earth path all the way through, and then we're going to put like a, I don't know, like an MET or something like that in here. So obviously with all the armour in that goes all the way along, we will connect obviously all those up to earth in, and then obviously get that back into the board somehow. So I've drilled a hole out already, ready for a big stuffing gland, a 25mm. So that should be enough to get all my supplies out where I need to. But what I'm going to start doing now is just getting all of these armourings all in place, and then start labelling them all up, just so they're all ready to go in here. But it is absolutely sweltering, and thank God for that. The lads are getting on with grouting up the top. So it's a bit of a, yeah, all-round dash, but it's massively energy zapping. So what we've done is used a bit of heat shrink on here. So we've heat shrunk this, so I don't need to do all the whole of the cables because you just need to indicate what it is. So that's how I've done it. Used a 20mm stuffing gland for the bottom just to clamp that through, coming through into here. Yeah, so, and then we'll load these out with our CBOs for the various 6s or 16 amps, what it will be. So just sweltering, absolutely sweltering. So yeah, so I'm just getting burnt out, really, literally burnt out. So we'll start getting some of these terminated, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit once I crack on a bit. Right, so after a glanding marathon, we're pretty much there, just on from the glanding point of view. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 glands that I've just done. But let's just show you the plan moving forward. So we've got all the glands in. So what I'm going to use is some stainless zip ties as such to sort of tidy all that bit up, so they'll all be nice and neat. But this is what I said before, that we stand all these up and then we're going to use the nut and bolt and put an MET in here. So then continuous that all the way through, continuous path for all the armouring all the way through, which is vital in this, because if we don't do it here, you don't have a continuous earth path all the way through here, through obviously your board and all the rest of it. But yeah, it's a hell of a lot. But I now need to get all the nut and bolts out of the van, go and sort that out, and get the steel zip ties out. I'm not sure whether they're in the bag, but I'll show you how to use those, because if you haven't used those already, you have to use a special tool to make sure they're nice and tight. So let's go and grab that, and hopefully that makes sense. So these are the zip ties. They're stainless steel, so obviously they don't rust. Could I use plastic here? Yeah, I could do, but they will break. They'll go brittle in the sun and all that stuff. And obviously by using these, that takes that away. And you have to use a tool that basically crimps it. And as you pull it over, you lift that up and it cuts it off. Now, this is a cheapie from that online retail store that you can order the next day. But it does the job. I've used it for quite a while. I'm doing absolutely tons and tons of zip ties with it, and it's been spot on. So we'll just zip tie this bunch together. So there's basically a little ball bearing in there, so you won't be able to pull it tight enough yourself to make it worthwhile. So if you're just doing that without the tool, that's about as far as you'll get, like that. So when you use the tool, like that, pulls it in a hell of a lot tighter and a much neater job, and that's a permanent fixing all the way. So we'll just do that all the way down, then we'll do this bunch, and that should be a hell of a lot neater. So I think you could agree that's a lot neater. Now, on the other side of this wall where we are here, so this is all going to be clad, so you're not going to see any of this anyway. But yeah, I'm knackered, absolutely knackered. The sun has just completely, utterly drained me. So I've just been trapped down there all day, sorting bits out. So I'm absolutely ruined, so I need to get some more fluid on board. I might go and spray myself with the hose because I'm absolutely boiling. For those of you who are living in the States, who watch the channel, because I know quite a lot of you are, I don't know how you do it. And, you know, hats off to you, because this is horrible. And when I get home, I'm going to go and jump in the pool. So we're sorting out the earthing now, and you need to keep stuff like this on the van. It's essential. So all I've got is a very, very straightforward set of nuts and bolts and washers, which I've just, as soon as they get worn out, I'm bosh, I just buy another set, and also some eyelets, crimps that we use. Now you need to just basically just get that sorted, just keep them in the van, because the amount of times this has got me out of jail as well is unreal. So what we're going to do, we're going to get our earthing cable, we're going to get that all prepped, ready to go, and some of this kit is not expensive. It really, really isn't. Like my crimpers, for example, right? I've had them for probably 10 years. Which are these, they get absolutely battered and abused, left out in the rain, all that sort of stuff. So if I had the really expensive ones, they would just be in the same condition. But they are, I think they're about 20 quid. So how many times have you gone to it where you've seen like, where they just wrap the wire around, they don't even use an eyelet or anything. So what we're going to do, we're going to leave them like long. So I'm going to about that long for now because I don't know exactly how I'm going to dress them in yet. And then what we're going to use is a fairly stubby 10mm nut and bolt, wrong way around, bolt, nut. And then we're going to basically clamp those through. So hopefully you can see that in here. So if I do this one, like so, get that on there, probably drop it 3 or 4 times because I've got big fat chubby fingers, old Mars bar fingers, see, don't you drop it. Oh, I'll make this look effortless. And you're going to want to get yourself a little ratchet spanner. It will make your life loads easier in the long run. Okay, and then all I'm going to do on the bottom, use my grips, clamp that 10mm, tighten that down, and then that, wherever we end up dressing that, we're going to go back to an MET, which is what I said previously, which is one of these. We're going to get that fitted in there somewhere, probably around here, and then from that MET we're then going to come out of here and then go back into the board to the main earthing terminal in the board, and then that way all of those steel wired armours are all going to be earthed all the way through. That is how I'm going to do it, so I'm going to get on with that right now, and then we can bend, you can bend these back down if you want. If you don't want to have them all sitting up, you can bend them all back down and just have them sitting flat, but it doesn't affect my OCD that much. It is, chances are once this is on, you're never going to see in there again. So I've just come to get the MCBs in, well the RCBO, sorry, not MCBs, what am I on about? And yet again, wrong parts. And what I want is two 16 amperes for feeding those two sockets, and he's giving me 10s, which is really stupid. And yeah, likely they'll probably work like that, but it's not what I asked, and that's not what I want. So very, 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 very annoying. I've been to the van, I haven't got any spares, so I just thought I'll go through this now. Now this one here, Sean reminded me that because of plan changes, that is no longer needed. So although I've all terminated all the rest of it, I'll just leave it like this. So if it does get picked up at a later date, it's in here, it's all neat, it's not going to make any difference to me. So we've got an MET in, so we just now need to put a flying lead back up through the old grommo and into the MET for the board. So the RCBO itself, so I've got a 6 amp which will come out again through here, which is for all of the switch gear control modules for all of this lot. So I've got 5 that I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 that I need. All of these are all earthed up. Now it's really, really annoying. So I'm just going to blow all that dirt out of there and get it all sorted. Which is just really frustrating. It's bits like that that people don't realise that how much time and effort that takes. It's just annoying, really, really annoying. So what I'm going to do is I'll get all this, all the front on as much as I can do. I can't do any more, so we'll just tuck all the cables in. I will push inside all the accessory pack and all that lot. I'll put that inside the board for all the labels and all that jazz. And then I'll show you. So the accessories, which is basically the sticker sheet, and then we've just put the buzz bar connector on, and it's got the buzz bar in here, and then I can get the lid cover, which is that. We'll get the lid cover on, and then hopefully, like so, because it's coming to the end of the day anyway now, but and then I'll have another day just to do all the final bits in here with all that lot. So that'll be another video obviously coming out at a later date. But yeah, so very frustrating. So what I'll do with these is just tuck these up here for now, just so they're in, and then we can get all the cover on, make it all watertight just in case it does get wet. Because we saw earlier on with Shawnee, he does like to chuck a bit of water about, and he's got the hose in his handy all the time at the minute, which sounds really perfy. But, you know, obviously something wrong with him. So we'll just get that lid cover on. There you are, like so, and then that will keep that all watertight, and essentially that's what the finished product will be. And then obviously we'll have all our slatted panels that are going to go on this front face, and yeah, and that'll be it. That'll be it, all done. So for me, in tomorrow's video, I'll be getting on with, so just up there is a massive spool of 6mm 3-core, and I've now got to get that back up and into the garage and terminate and get that all powered up. But obviously I've got to go and get some parts. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, make sure you subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and we shall see you on the next one.